So hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. It's your girl Shania. I'm back with the part 2. Like I said, I was going to come back with about negativity today. That's what we're talking about. So I wasn't able to read off wasn't able to read earlier from the book because my train came. If you watched the previous video, you would know that my train was coming. And then so we're just going to pick up and start. So he says negativity is everywhere, like the video I was just like I just talked about in the previous video. Go watch it. Let me see what I want to read off at. So he says, okay, I'm trying to think, do I want to read the whole thing right here, or okay, yeah, I'm just gonna read it. Okay, so you wake up, your hair looks terrible, your partner complains that you're out of coffee. On the way to work, some drivers whose texting makes you miss the light. If you watch my previous video, you'll know that like a driver like cut me off this morning. But yeah, so the news on the radio is worse than yesterday. Your coworkers whispers to you that Candace is pretending to be sick again. Every day we are assaulted by negativity. No wonder we can't help but dish it out as well as receive it. We report the aches and pains of the day rather than the small joys. We compare ourselves to our neighbors, complain about our parents or partners, say things about our friends behind their backs that we would never say to their faces, criticize people on social media, argue, deceive, even explode into anger. This negative chatter even takes place throughout what we might consider to be a good day. And it's not part of anyone's plan. In my experience, nobody wakes up and thinks, how can I be mean to or about other people today? Or how can I make myself feel better by making others feel worse today? Still, negativity often comes from within. We have 3 core emotional needs, which I like to think of as peace, love, and understanding. Thanks, Nick Lowe and Elvis Costello. Negativity in conversations, emotions, and actions often spring from a threat to one of the 3 needs: a fear that bad things are going to happen, loss of peace, a fear of not being loved, loss of love, or a fear of being distressed, loss of understanding. From these fears stem all sorts of other emotions: feeling overwhelmed, insecure, hurt, competitive, needy, and so on. These negative feelings spring out of us as complaints, comparisons, and criticisms, and other negative behaviors. Think of trolls who dive onto social media, dumping ill will on their targets. Okay, so that's crazy. That's kind of like what I was talking about too in my previous video. Perhaps their fears is that they aren't respected and they turn to trolling to feel significant, or perhaps their political beliefs are generating the fear that their world is unsafe, or maybe they're just trying to build a following. Fear certainly doesn't motivate certainly doesn't motivate every troll in the world. For another example, we all have friends who turn a catch-up phone call into an interminable vent session describing their job, their partner, their family, what's wrong, what's unfair, what's never going to change. For these people, nothing ever seems to go right. This person may be expressing their fear that bad things are going to happen. Their core need for peace and security is threatened. Bad things do happen in our lives. We're all victims at some point, whether we're being racially profiled or being cut off in traffic. But if we adapt a victim mentality, we're more likely to take on a sense of entitlement and to behave selfishly. Stanford psychologists took 104 subjects and assigned them to one of 2 groups. One told to write a short essay about a time they were bored, and the other to write about a time when life seemed unfair or when they felt wronged or slightly by someone afterward. The participants were asked if they wanted to help the researchers with an easy task. Those who written about a time they'd been wrong were 20% less likely to help the researchers. In a similar study, participants who identified with the victim mindset were not only more likely to express selfish attitudes afterwards, They were also more likely to leave behind trash and even take the experiment pens. What? Oh wow, that's crazy. And then he goes into like negativity is contagious. And let me see, do I want to read that? Like we all know, you know, like negativity is contagious. So I'm gonna read this. Types of negative people. Negative behaviors surround us so constantly that we grow accustomed to them. Think about whether you have any of the following in your life. Complainers. Like the friend on the phone who complains endlessly without looking for solutions. Life is a problem that will be hard if not impossible to solve. Counselors who take a compliment and spin it. You look good today becomes, you mean I looked bad yesterday? Casualties who think the world is against them and blame their problems on others. Critics who judge others for either having a different opinion or not having one for any choices they've made that are different from what the critic would have done. Commanders who realize their own limits but pressure others to succeed. They'll say, you never have time for me, even though they're busy as well. Competitors who compare themselves to others, controlling and manipulating to make themselves or their choices look better. They are in so much pain that they want to bring others down. Often we have to play down our success around these people because we know they can't appreciate them. Controllers who monitor and try to direct how their friends or partners spend time and with whom and what choices they make. So he says, that's crazy. It's funny how when you go look at these two and you'd be like, okay, yeah, I've been some of these, you know. So right here he says, you can have fun with the list, seeing if you can think of someone to fit each type, but the real point of it is to help you notice and frame these behaviors when they come at you. If you put everyone into the same box of negativity, they're so annoying, you aren't any closer to deciding how to manage each relationship. Oh wow. I'm gonna read what he says right here. Don't judge someone with a different disease. Don't expect anyone to be perfect. Don't think you are perfect. So I'm trying to see if there's anything else I want to touch up on negativity before I move to the next chapter. Like, this book is just so good. Oh, here's something that I think is important. So remember, saying whatever we want, whenever we want, however we want is not freedom. Real freedom is not feeling the need to say these things. Wow. My hair is like messing up my eyelash. I don't want this video to be too long. And then he also goes into forgiveness. So maybe I'll do another video of that. So we're just gonna leave it here. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Happy Friday to you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.